everybody, and a Happy New Year to you. Thank you so much for returning and joining us here again on Defining the Dash podcast. Brother Mark, Happy New Year to you, my friend.
Happy New Year to you.
And I am so looking forward to 2024 and a new start. A lot of times with New Year's resolutions, everybody says New Year, New You. And so I'm just excited in what 2024 may bring. And so also we've got another guest host. Well, I don't want to call him a guest host, but he is a guest tonight because he don't normally get to be with us. And he is also a host. So, Brother Luke, great to have you with us, buddy.
Good to be here, my friend.
And Brother Luke is joining us tonight. He's out of state working right now, but he's joining us through the phone line. So if there is any difficulty in hearing that is why. So I ask you to kind of bear with us on that. But I appreciate Brother Luke taking the time out to join us tonight as we do our New Year's episodes. And today we're going to have a little bit, hopefully, of a fun episode that'll start the year out right. When I was in school, I had a teacher, and it was my favorite teacher. This teacher, I loved it. I carried it over into when I was working business and worked for AT&T, and I managed a team of people. I carried a lot of his routines over into the business world, but he would always say at the start of class, he's like, you just came through one class. Your mind is still scrambling all the information you had in that class. He's like, if I bring you straight into my class and just start lecturing you for another hour and a half, you're not going to receive half of it. Mm-hmm. He's like, but if we can sit down and tell some jokes, or he'd turn on a blooper video or something like that, and he said for 5 to 10 minutes, he said it allows your brain, your mind just to reset and clear from all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. And he said, then you can absorb what I'm telling you about.
All right.
And so I found that it really worked a lot, you know. Mm-hmm. And so when I became a manager at AT&T, when I worked there, whenever I would have a team meeting with my team, I knew they may have just got off a rough call with an angry customer or something. I'd do the same thing. I'd go on YouTube and pull up a blooper video or one of these clean comedians or something and have them tell a bunch of jokes and get them laughing for about 5-10 minutes. Mm-hmm. Then I would go into the business side of things. And it was always better received that way. So maybe today, if we can get them laughing a little bit starting out the new year, then maybe we'll start the year out right.
Let's do it.
Are you on board for that, Brother Luke?
Yes, sir. That sounds good for me. I'm always ready for a laugh.
Oh, I heard that. So, beginning with a laugh, Brother Mark has come prepared with his arsenal of dad jokes. Now, he has pulled some on me the last couple of days that were really impressive. So, this guy, he knows his dad jokes.
Oh, yeah.
So, Brother Mark, whenever you're ready, buddy, just go ahead and fire away, pal.
All right, I'm ready. You ready?
Yeah, boys. Let's hear it.
So, how do you get a farm girl to marry you? First,
Brother Luke, you better pay attention.
You listen?
I'm listening.
Yeah, boy. You.
First, attract her.
Oh. That's a good one. There you go. Get you a tractor, Luke.
Get you a tractor. All right. So, let's see here. There's a disease that makes you uncontrollably tell airport jokes. A disease that makes you uncontrollably tell airport jokes.
Oh, no.
No cure. It's terminal.
Oh.
Have you?
Wrong.
That is.
TSA is going to be looking for you.
Have you ever heard of the new sport called quiet tennis? Have you ever heard of quiet tennis? It's like normal tennis, but without the racket.
I'm kind of sad that these are called dad jokes. But in another way, I'm kind of proud.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
We still got it better than your mama jokes.
We do.
I feel sorry
Oh,
for
yeah.
moms.
Oh yeah. My wife asked me why I didn't buy her flowers. To be fair, I didn't know she sold flowers.
I heard one the other day that was similar to that. It said, my wife asked me, had I seen the dog bowl? I told her I didn't know he could.
Did she appreciate that?
Oh my goodness! Some of these jokes, I
Oh,
would love to
man.
be able to sit down and write some of these.
That is awesome.
If you need to appease your wife, you can buy her a broken drum. It's a gift that's hard to beat.
He's already got this planned out,
That is awesome.
brother Luke. You're gonna make marriage work, buddy. One of these days, you got it planned out already.
Speaking of marriage, I went to a really emotional wedding last week. Even the cake was in tears.
That's so crazy.
Oh, that's awesome. So, Brother Luke, what has 5 toes but isn't your foot?
I don't know, brother.
My foot. Oh, that's awesome.
my goodness.
That is awesome. Yeah. What do astronauts eat for protein? Lunch meat.
Oh my goodness.
Which knight of the round table was the beefiest?
Uh oh.
Sirloin.
That one's great.
That was awesome.
I think that is the crowning one. Right
That
there.
is awesome. That was awesome.
That was great.
That was awesome.
Here, this is a little religious. Where do you learn to make a banana split?
Where?
Sunday school.
That's
I've
awesome.
attended a couple of those in my time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh.
I just finished cleaning my grill. It was great. GRATE, great.
I thought he meant because he eat everything off of it. Oh my
Oh
goodness.
man. Yeah, good stuff, man. I like a good dad joke.
I do too.
I like a good.
You can't go wrong with a good dad joke.
Nope.
I love a good dad joke.
My sister-in-law is an archaeologist. The only person I've known that is excited to find a bone in her chicken. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And then last one I got.
Excuse me. Sorry, guys.
What do you call a cow with a twitch?
I know this one. Go ahead.
Beef jerky.
A cow with a twitch.
A cow with a twitch. Oh, I love it. I love a good dad joke.
Oh yeah.
You know what you call a cow with no legs?
What?
Ground beef.
Ground beef. Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. Where do you take someone who's been injured in a peekaboo accident? To the ICU. ICU.
Peekaboo, I see you.
That's awesome.
Those are great. People are going to be like, these guys went nuts over Christmas.
Oh yeah. Oh, one more. During quarantine, no one got my humor. I guess it was all the inside jokes. A tribute to COVID.
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
goodness.
That's awesome.
That is so sad.
Oh yeah.
Talk about time of reflection. Hands on a COVID joke.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Sorry about that, guys.
It's okay.
Mark had me laughing and got me choked.
Did you hear about the guy that evaporated? He'll be missed.
I knew Luke would enjoy them.
Mm-hmm.
Those were great.
My wife screamed at me. You haven't listened to a single word I've said, have you? What a weird way to start a conversation.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, with that, I'm done.
Yes, that is the okay. That took the top one.
That was awesome.
That guy had been married for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Brother Luke, we have talked already that it's the new year. And so we want to, if anybody's just joining us for the first time, we want to tell you a little bit about the podcast. And, excuse me, I'm so, well, I've got that.
It's COVID.
Yeah.
We got them hooked now with the
Yep.
dad jokes.
Mark brought the COVID up, and it's catching now. But we want to tell you about the podcast, and we get asked a lot when people hear about the podcast on what the dash means. And the dash it's a very important thing. And what that is in between the birth date and the death date, there's always a dash.
Mm-hmm.
And that dash, we don't control our birth date, we don't control our death date. But that little dash, we can control what takes place during that time.
Mm-hmm.
We can control what we do with it. And that time is so short. And we overlook it a lot when we're at a funeral or something. We don't really recognize just how important that little dash is.
Right.
And so that's what this podcast is about, is trying to make each moment count. And so we want to make sure on this podcast that we do that by laughter, by fellowship, by educating our young people on ways of the Bible, by giving tribute to some of our holiness heroes that's going on. Now, that being said, I want to say to all of our listeners that joined us in 2023, thank you for putting up with us. And you've been such a blessing to us and a help to us. When we started this, we thought it would just be me and Brother Mark listening, because any listening Brother Nathan did was during recording or editing. So his wouldn't even get counted. So we figured, hey, we'll have 2 listeners at least. But we have actually had a lot of listeners, and we're so thankful for that. And keep sharing the word, spreading the word out, letting others know about the podcast, and really importantly, if you do listen to the podcast on a regular basis, be sure to click the subscribe button or follow button or whatever, to where it will add it to your library, and you'll get notified whenever new episodes come in. Some of the numbers that we're getting is giving us a large number of plays and downloads, but a really low number of subscribers. And so that pretty much says each time you go in, you're having to manually type it in and search for it, and in doing that, you may miss some episodes. And so be sure to like and subscribe and all that, and then it will notify you when a new episode posts or anything like that. And also be sure to try to leave us a comment. I get excited when we get them comments in.
Oh, yeah.
That one program that we use, we've been doing this now for almost a year,
Mm-hmm.
and I had never got a comment through it.
Mm-hmm.
And we got one this week from Brother Randy Cordell. Brother Randy, God bless you. Thank you, brother. And he sent us a comment. And when I logged into that system and looked, and it said, you have a comment, I was so excited. It didn't even matter if it was going to be bad feedback. I was just so excited that we had feedback at all. And so be sure to leave us a comment. We have an Instagram page. We have a web page, definingthedash.us. You can go on there, read about the program, listen to the program. There's a page tells about me and Brother Mark. We ain't got Brother Luke on there yet. We need to get Brother Luke on there, put on there.
Let's do it. He'd have
And,
yeah. Move me down. Put him where I am.
put him at the top.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
And there's a shop page, has some merchandise on there. We've added some new things on there. We've got, of course, the socks. We've got magnets on there. We've got car decals, sticker type things. We've got hats are still on the way, supposed to be on the way. We've had a request for ties, so we're checking into that. Maybe we'd like to get some ties. There's links on there you can go to for like a Bible study journal, to where you can keep notes when you're studying or when you're listening to a preacher at church or something like that. You can get those. There's an outdoor journal on there, so you can log your time spent outdoors and maybe any memories you've made camping with family or anything. Just different things that would help you make it count daily and would help you also support the program. So be sure to check that out. And again, email definingthedash@yahoo.com. Give us some feedback, send us a comment, and or if there's something you'd like to see us do, let us know.
All right. Man, that sounds good to me. You know, I think I'm going to go ahead and log on here to Spotify, and I'm going to make sure that I have liked or subscribed to this program.
Now, also on Spotify, this is a great thing about Spotify. When we put an episode onto Spotify, at the end of publishing that episode, it will allow me to add polling questions. So, if I say, did you enjoy this episode? Or recently we had the episode where we interviewed the Free Gospel Bible Institute students. I put, have you ever thought of going to Bible school? Or, things like that. It will allow us to add questions that people can answer and comment on. And so we have gotten a couple, answers to those. So be sure, if you're listening through Spotify, check those out. Also, our YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, Defining the Dash, and there are some video episodes on there. Hopefully we're going to have some more. Hopefully this episode will be video, and so we can go through and do some of that. But most of them that's on there are audio at the moment, but there are going to be some video episodes. So be sure to check that out. We also have some more things hopefully coming this year, and so be sure to like and subscribe on that as well. Click the bell icon. That way you'll be notified when the new stuff does come out.
Awesome. Man, you talked me into it.
Oh, yeah.
I am now a follower of Define the Dash on Spotify.
And it only took a year.
Yeah, oh my bad. Better than 2 years.
Yeah, better than 2.
Could always be worse. And so don't let me outdo you guys. Go ahead and get on there and get followed and get us subscribed and leave us comments.
I actually just subscribed on one of the channels,
awesome
platforms today myself. So
all right.
That's the reason I can pick it.
You live what you preach, man.
That's right.
You live what you preach.
Well, since you did it after me, I was able.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. Yeah, going into a new year, man. Let's just kick it off right. Get on there, like, subscribe, and follow.
Oh yeah, I mean, what could be better than spending this new year hanging out with me and Brother Mark and Brother Luke, right?
Right. Except for doing this and eating Taco Bell at the same time.
Oh yeah, okay. Well,
that would be better.
And we do that a lot, so.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're going to get in here to talking about New Year's resolutions. Now, New Year, New You, everybody starts talking about things they're going to do different this year. Whether it's lose weight, save money, build onto their house. I mean, more vacation time. I mean.
Oh, yeah, man. That sounds good.
Yeah, that does sound good. We might just drop this episode and leave right now.
We'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah. We'll finish this when we get back, folks. But, everybody starts the year out with these big resolutions. And a lot of times they end up, if they hit a roadblock with this, drop it.
Sure.
And so we've often heard of some of these new ideas and things. My wife, she was picking on some of the kids the other night, and we didn't get to be together when New Year's rolled around. They were with some of the young people, and so she asked them when they got home. She said, "Well, did you lift your left leg when midnight rolled around?" They was like, "No. Why would I do that?" She said, that way you start the new year out on the right foot. I was like, that is smooth.
Oh,
That's a good dad joke.
oh, that's a good one, man.
And so they didn't know what in the world she was talking about. But there are some things that people do for the new year that they feel is going to bring them luck and things that was interesting. Now, have you ever heard of the eating cabbage on New Year's or eating sauerkraut?
No, I haven't. It sounds like a tummy ache for the next day.
It does, but they Brother Nathan shaking his head over here in the editor's booth.
I don't want to start my new year out that way.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a rough way to start your new year out, but
Yeah.
and they say it brings good luck, but
And weight loss.
It can only get better from there.
But yeah, they was eating cabbage or sauerkraut was one. I did kind of like this one, and I sent this to Brother Mark, and we both had done broke it, so our year's liable to be bad again.
Mm-hmm.
But they said no laundry on New Year's Day because you will wash away your good luck.
Ooh. You know, Brother Chad, we was talking about that, and I don't know if I told you this, but did I tell you that I had to do the same load of laundry 3 times, including on New Year's twice? Because I kept on forgetting to put in the dryer. It was set for hours.
Oh my
And my wife was out of town, and I thought, man, if she comes home and smells the sour shirt, I gotta wash this again. And so I washed the clothes 3 times. 2 of them times was on New Year's Day. So,
You washed away your good luck.
twice, yeah, double duty. Can you buy some good luck?
I don't know. But now these next couple, I'll tell you here, these are things I thought was really interesting that people, these are challenges that people challenge themselves that I think is great. This one is 1,000 hours outside.
All right.
They challenge themselves to be outside, regardless whatever it's doing, playing ball, riding bikes, mowing the yard, just being outside, away from a TV, away from a video game, 1,000 hours throughout the year. And they log it.
Wow.
That way they can see how close they've come.
That's awesome, man.
And I think that was great.
That is awesome.
This other one included that challenge. They do 1,000 hours outside, 100 books,
Whoa.
and then also visit all the state parks in their home state.
Huh. Does Virginia have any state parks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess you got to be knowledgeable about that first. Make sure you hit them all. But
Google.
well, that's interesting. 100 or 1,000 hours outside.
That's a lot.
Oh, man, that's a lot of vitamin D. That'd be good for you.
Yeah, that'd be good for you. Make you feel better.
Oh yeah, man. Give you a tan,
Mm-hmm.
or a sunburn.
Or pneumonia, depending on what time.
That's right.
If you start those 1,000 hours in January.
Well, that's awesome, man. That's a great thing to do.
But yeah, I loved it. Yes, sir.
My calculator says that's 41.67 days straight.
Wow,
Whoa.
that would be 41. Well, a little over 41 and a half days.
Start today.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Let's just
Yeah.
sleep outside and everything.
Count it all. But I love that when people were. I love going to state parks and Hungry Mother State Park. It's a great one. Going over to the breaks is a great one. And I love going to the state parks, and we go up and camp out sometimes in Pennsylvania, where my sister-in-law and them live. And we'll go up there, and the family gets together up there, and we'll camp out and take the kayaks and john boats and stuff, and we'll get out and just fish together and have a few days together. And I love doing stuff like that, man.
Oh yeah.
It's a great time just being alone. The cell phones don't really work up there.
Oh,
You can
man.
just be out there and just be together. It's good times.
Man, you talking about, and Brother Luke know what I'm talking about. He's been out west with us a few times. Brother Luke, did you go out west when we were going down the upper Missouri on canoes?
Oh, yes, sir, Brother Mark.
Man,
That was
awesome.
incredible.
That was awesome. One of my favorite parts about that
Mm-hmm.
was being out there, man, no cell phone reception
Oh,
for
yeah.
days. Man, that was awesome. You're talking about unplugging. I didn't have to pull anything out of the wall to unplug.
Wasn't even a wall.
It wasn't even a wall, man. I just had to exist. But you didn't have to worry about anybody.
Also, no ice for your drink.
Oh, yeah, there's always that,
Summer,
too. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
Just
that got a little hot sometimes, but it was still totally worth it.
Except for the whole, roasting in the sun part.
Yeah.
But that was just part of it. But, man.
just let your drink hang off the side of the canoe in the water as
Yep.
you go down through there.
You got it, man. Oh, man, it was awesome. It was awesome. But being able to unplug like that, man, that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool stuff.
Yeah, that was. They were talking about doing that again when my boys were in Scouts.
Going back
They
out.
were talking about going back out west and trying to do that for, I believe it was 25 days again, wasn't it, Brother Luke? They was going to try to do it for or something like that, but I don't think it worked out for them to get to do it. But
One of my favorite memories from the canoe trip was the last night. We were about to get off the river. It was our last night, and we heard I can't remember exactly how it goes, but we heard like a commotion or something, and me and Dad go and look, and here these boys have found themselves probably one of the biggest mud holes I've ever seen in my life. And there was a little ledge, about a foot and a half, right above the mud hole. So people were lining up in a line and jumping in that mud hole, and they had 2 or 3 guys that would pull you out of it. And the mud hole, you sunk all the way up to past your waist.
Oh,
so it was
wow.
like, if you could imagine jumping in like chocolate pudding, was about the consistency of it.
oh my goodness.
Wow, that's awesome. I love chocolate pudding.
He took that to a totally different route than where I thought he'd go.
If you come by the house later, man, and you see me out front with a bunch of chocolate pudding, mixing it up, just keep driving.
I can spot you some right now. I have a bunch of sugar-free chocolate pudding.
Perfect. Perfect.
We'll mix it up out front. We'll just jump off
Just
the
jump
porch.
in, man.
Jump off your porch into it for the mark.
Let's just do it.
Don't let a brother go through it alone.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my! But I tell you, people do have some great resolutions. Now, one of the things that again is if you have a new resolution to something that's going to make you feel better or do better, don't stop when you hit that first little roadblock. Or if you do feel like you failed, don't be afraid to try again. A lot of people have fear of trying again because they don't want to fail again.
Right.
I don't like failing.
Right.
So if I fail at something, a lot of times I'm quick to just be like, I give up.
Yeah. Did you know that it takes on average 66 days of repetition to develop a new habit
Wow.
for it to be automatic? So when you was talking about, developing a resolution and then hitting the roadblock and maybe failing at it,
Mm-hmm.
if you get back up and keep trying, if you're just on day 2 in 64 days,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be more of a habit.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was there's a little meme video clip thing online of this guy January the 1st trying to get into his gym, and it was like packed out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, come back in 2 weeks and it'll be empty again, because everybody has that mindset. Oh, this is the year I'm getting fit,
Yeah, this is it.
and I've said it every year too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to feel better. I'm going to,
Yeah.
And then I'm like, but Pizza Hut tastes so good, or McDonald's tastes so good,
Oh, yeah.
and I end up quitting. But we've sometimes we are going to fail, but don't be afraid to try again.
Right.
That's the main takeaway. And I set some New Year's resolutions this year. One being I want to lose weight and get healthier.
All right.
That's a main one.
Awesome.
Number 2, I told my kids the other day I want to draw closer to God.
Okay.
Always want to draw closer to God, and I want to be more present with my family.
All right.
That's a biggie, because a lot of times you was talking about unplugging. Even when I'm around my family, my phone is an addiction that I have.
Right.
I
A lot
love-
of people, man. A lot
Yeah.
of people.
And it is, and I'm just being transparent. This is new year, new us, So, if we're just, I can even be at my in-laws or somewhere, and we'll just be sitting in the room talking. I'll be talking to them, scrolling through my phone at the same time.
Yeah.
And it ain't nothing important or nothing pressing.
Right.
It's just habit.
Right.
And, I like seeing what people's got for sale, or I like, looking at these business, telling you how to start new businesses and things of that nature. And I like these guys that work on cars and, things like that, just random stuff,
Right.
And so I don't, it's just a habit I've developed. And so this year I'd like to be more present with the family. I got one daughter in college already. I got a son that graduates this year. My days are really limited of getting to spend a whole lot of time with them. Really have probably done waited too late to be, to make that change. However, I want to try it this year.
Hey, but you got today and you got this year.
I try. I've got now. This moment right now. So the next moment right now, I want to be more present with them.
I like it.
Yep.
I like it.
What about you, Brother Luke? Did you set any resolutions this year?
Well, excuse me, I'm sorry. Brother Chad, I'm not one usually to make like a specific resolution. I've never been a guy that's like, it's the new year. This is going to be my resolution per se. But I do, even throughout the year, I'm that guy that's like, it's 12 o'clock at night and I'm supposed to be in bed, but I got all these, unimportant things to think about.
Yes.
And so I'm like, this is what I want to do, I'm going to get this done. I make a to-do list in my head. But I'll just tell you something that I would like to be better at by the end of this year than what I am now. And I think it goes along with what we're trying to do here on the podcast. I want to be a little bit more, don't have the words for it, but not doctrinally sound, but doctrinally, that's not the right word. I want to be a little bit more sure in my doctrine.
Okay, that's great.
It's one thing to accept a value and to have it, hold it as yours. It's another thing to be able to prove it and to open up to the specific verses in the Bible and say, this is where I get this from.
Absolutely.
And that's something I want to be a little bit better at.
Yeah, and that was a thing. There's a lot of garbage that we'll run across on like Instagram and then things. There really are. And Facebook even, on our social media platforms. But there's some good things that we catch from time to time. And I was scrolling through some things the other day, and there was a thing, and it caught my attention. And it said, and this was like a little video clip this guy had made. And it was on one of these, it was a religious group. I'm not sure who it was that done it, but it said, what if we treated our Bible like we treat our cell phone?
Mm-hmm.
And it showed him roll over in the morning, and instead of grabbing a phone, he reached over and opened his Bible and started reading.
Yeah.
And when he was walking on treadmill at the gym or whatever, he had his Bible out reading while he's walking on treadmill, and any time you would normally be sitting on the couch, playing your phone, in that little video clip, he was with his Bible the whole time.
Yeah.
And and that man, that spoke to me.
Yeah. It changes, really.
Because I have a hard time reading sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I have a hard time disciplining. I have a hard time speaking sometimes. I have a hard time sometimes making myself sit down and read something, because I tend to forget it so much. That's one of my struggles, I guess, that I struggle with internally, is just, reading. And it's not just the Bible, but it's anything. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like you, Brother Luke. I would love to spend more time in God's Word and learn more of what He has to say, and know I have trouble a lot of times remembering where a particular topic is found.
Right.
And that's why we started where's that in the Bible?
Yeah.
Which and so I not only wanted to educate our young people, but I wanted to do that to help me too, And I think we can never know too much.
Sure.
And there's some. I heard a guy from a business say the other day he owned a lawn business, and he was giving people tips on business. Mm-hmm. and he said, the best book for starting a business or running a business that you can look at is the Bible.
Yeah.
And I thought that was awesome.
Solid, man.
During Christmas, I had to have that old Dodge worked on again. Good night. I won't go into that and type another episode. But we was in there, and I was talking to the guy that owned the garage, and we was talking about my kids. And I told him, I said, that one of them was in Bible school. And he said, hey, you can't go wrong there. That tech will never run out.
Yeah.
And that's true. What you learn about the Bible, that's eternal.
Right.
It ain't never going to run out. So I'm like you, Brother Luke. I think that's a great resolution, buddy. We all need to be, like you was talking, have more knowledge about our doctrine, not knowing what we believe, but why we believe it, and where we can find the information to back it up. That was great.
Right.
What about you, Brother Mark?
Well, I'm over here thinking, man, there's a lot of really good thoughts you guys got out there.
We might should let him go first, then we could have piggybacked off his, couldn't we?
Oh, no. So I'm over here thinking, and I'm going to have to take a rain check. So y'all got me thinking about some stuff.
You're going to wait till next year.
I'm going to wait till next year. I mean, not next year. I'm going to wait till next episode. And I'm going to have decided something between now and then I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. I'm going to think about it. It's got to be specific. I'll think about something. And so stay tuned, listeners, for next episode, and then I'll be thinking about between now and then, and you'll find out then.
Oh, okay. That's right. Sounds good. I look forward to hearing that one. And Brother Luke, you got anything else to add, buddy, on resolutions? Have you ever heard of any wild ones?
No, sir, not off the top of my head, I don't think. I saw a funny little cartoon the other day that there's a little picture, and it was a dog and a cat sitting next to each other, and the dog asks the cat, what are New Year's resolutions? And the cat says, it's a to-do list for the first week of January.
That is
That's
so
awesome
and so true.
That is so true.
It is so true. That's for sure. And that is great. Well, Brother Luke, Brother Mark, it has been an awesome fellowshipping with you guys again. That's a great way to start the new year out, getting to spend time with friends, and really you guys are like family, so it's been great getting to be out with you again. And we'll go ahead and end this episode here. But to all you listeners out there, we want to say Happy New Year. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for being with us in 2023. We look forward to being with you through 2024 and seeing what God has to bring for us. And as always, let's continue to make each moment count. God bless you, and we'll see you next week.
When I win this war,